Hello everybody, it's Mrs. Nuts of Anarchy. We are going to take a little ride and have a nice discussion. I'm thinking today our topic is going to be women and Harley Davidson dealerships. Why we are pushed towards certain motorcycles kind of consistently. So I'm going to give you my thoughts and we'll go from there. So let's get started. All right, here we go. So, my first thought is, I've been to many dealerships across the states, and it's always really interesting to me that most women, when they come in and say they're interested in a motorcycle, the first bike they show them, sometimes it's a Sportster, a lot of times it's a Slim, or a StreetBob. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with those bikes. Don't get me wrong at all. If you own one and you love it, that's fantastic. However, I feel like they're shortchanging us. There are so many cool Softails. FatBob, which I ride and love, and my lowrider, which was my second bike after I bought a Sporty. So I did it. I took the bait in the sense of what they wanted to put me on because I was a new rider and I was a female and I'm short and all those things, and just never quite understood why that's the go-to. I mean, I think there's reasons. I think they have their reasons. However, I don't think I've ever seen a man go into a dealership and that be the first thing they tell them. Go sit on a Slim. It's short. It's this. And there's a lot of short men out there. So, to me, I just don't quite understand it. I think that there are so many great Softails. The lowrider was my second bike. I rode a Sporty for 30 days and just thought, wow, this is super top heavy. I loved so many things about it. The handling, but man, get up on the freeway, you're going to be blown all over the place. And it was really top heavy for me, especially as I was really starting to learn to ride consistently. And as soon as I thought everything was too big for me. I was sure that I couldn't ride anything bigger than that. And I went into the dealership, my local dealership, and there was this beautiful, what kind of cherry was it? I don't know, one of the cherry reds. And it had these crazy T-bars on it that I thought, I'm not sure I like that. And then they said, take it for a ride. And I said, all right, I guess I will. And I fell absolutely in love with it. It was so much nicer than my Sporty. It was so much more comfortable. It was so nice to get up on the highway. It was just fantastic. Everything about it I just loved, and including the T-bars. And then I figured out, oh, I really like this higher bar position. And I traded in my Sporty 30 days into learning to ride, basically. And I kept that lowrider, which part of me wishes I didn't get rid of it as fast as I did, but I traded it in for my Heritage, which I absolutely loved and rode for a year and a half before I brought my Street Glide. So I just think that we need to just be confident in what we think we know and what we want, and go ride everything. I think this whole going in and thinking, oh, I'm a girl, I should get a Slim, or I'm a girl, I should get a Sporty. Just go ride everything. That's why I can't say enough good things about demo days, because every time I went to a demo days, I thought, oh, I can't ride a Street Glide, it's too big for me. I can't ride a Heritage, it's too big for me. And then I'd go to demo days and I would get on one and I would ride it better than most of the men out there thinking that they could do it, and go, oh, wait, I can do everything. As long as you have the skills, you can ride any bike you want. obviously if you can reach, but there's tons of ways to lower them or to buy taller shoes. There's tons of options, lower seats. So to kind of just go back to the beginning, I'm just not quite sure why they kind of underestimate us as women riders and just kind of pigeonhole us into these inexpensive, that's one of the things, that's a bonus in a sense, that these inexpensive, the cheapest Softails there are, or the Sportsters. And I think Sportsters, I know there's tons of people who love them, and I was one of them. I really liked mine, but they're really top heavy. It was really uncomfortable for me. Once I rode the lowrider, I was so far from wanting a sporty. I would like a sporty to run around town, which I have my FatBob for that I love. It's the perfect run around town bike. I can park it anywhere. It is light, it is nimble, it's just fantastic. And there are, I think, only a few women that really ride FatBobs. I don't think they point you to a FatBob. And to me, a FatBob is a fantastic riding bike. It's really smooth, it's really fun. If you want to just get out and just fly around town, there is nothing better. So my question, to kind of go back, is, you know, how many women who love their Slim or love their StreetBob or love their Sporty really picked that bike, or, you know, took the advice of a salesman and said, oh, this is what most women ride? You know, did you ride more bikes than what they put you on? Did you try the other Softails? And if so, and you picked that bike, that's awesome. And if you love it, that's even more awesome, because women riders, I think, are absolutely the evolution of motorcycling. They are the next generation, whatever you want to call it. I think it's awesome. This weekend, just got my rider coach certification through MSF, and there were a couple women in the class, and it surprises me. You know, we all learn on the Street 500s if you do riding academy through Harley Davidson, and then I think a lot of people are convinced that they want that 750, that street, because they think, oh, that's a small bike, I can handle it. But that was exactly my thought after my class was, oh, I know exactly how this bike works. This will be the best thing for me to learn, to continue to learn on. And I went and I rode the 750, because you can't get a 500, they're only for training. So I rode that street 750 and I hated it. And it was only about a week or so after my class. I hated it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I spent a whole weekend on this thinking this is what I really wanted. And that's why I ended up with the Sporty, because that was, in their world, in the salesman's mind, that was the next best thing. And I liked it a whole lot better, but I didn't ride anything else. And they didn't really encourage me to ride anything else. It was like, oh, this Iron 1200 will be perfect for you. Go ride that, and if you like it, there it is. And I'm kind of sad. I'm definitely sad that not that I started there, because I did like my Sporty. There are things I like about it, but I think I would have been just as good or better starting on that lowrider. I think I would have been just as confident. I think the freeway rides that my husband and I took, I would have just been happier, more comfortable for sure. So I think one of the things that women should think about definitely is doing demo days. Every dealership does it. Some do it multiple times a year. And, you know, demo days is where you can ride every motorcycle they make without judgment, without feeling like, oh, I'm going to make him pull out another motorcycle for me to ride. Do I have to buy it because I'm making him pull it out for me? You ride it, and you can ride it as many times as you want, any bike. And that is just fantastic. That is how I figured out I could ride every bike Harley makes, and confidently ride every bike. And I think it's just an awesome tool that they give you. You know, going back to women in riding academy, the Jumpstart bike. If you're learning or want to learn how to ride and you've never rode a Jumpstart, which is the bike that's kind of a platform where you can learn how a bike shifts and all those things, how a clutch works. It's real world kind of thing, and that's how I figured out how it worked. I had never got on a bike before I sat on that Jumpstart, and it was a great tool. So they have them all over. If you're wanting to learn how to ride, go get on a Jumpstart. Then You need an M endorsement to do demo days, so make sure you go to a riding class, because BRCs, which is your basic riding course, is so valuable. I cannot tell you how valuable it is. I absolutely started with zero knowledge of riding. I didn't know how a clutch worked, how you shifted. I had no idea. Even riding passenger, I can only imagine how it worked. And I did that class and passed my test with flying colors, and here I am just about 18 months later, and now I'm a rider coach. It's awesome. So, I mean, that's the skills that they give you, which are lifetime skills. So, to wrap things up on this video, ladies, it's all about us. I think Harley Davidson, as a motor company, I think they need us. I think they know they need us. And, I want you to go. We should all go and take charge. I think one of the reasons that they put you on a motorcycle, you're not necessarily going to keep, buy a bike that's a forever bike and then buy another one. There's just no reason to buy a bike that you're going to trade in 3 months. And that's what happened to me. And the more I think about it, the more it kind of frustrates me, because I could have started with the other bike and saved myself a lot of time and effort. So ladies, get out there. If you're not certified, get certified. Go enjoy demo days. Go ride every motorcycle before you choose one, so that you don't feel like in 6 months you've outgrown your motorcycle, because I think that happens to a lot of us. It definitely happened to me more than once. I think we're the future. I think women are the future of Harley Davidson Motor Company. I think they know it. A lot of their ads right now are absolutely, and marketing is so focused on us, but yet the dealerships have not quite caught the memo. So go in and demand it all. We're worth it. That's it. Till next time, everybody, go out there and ride. And remember, real bitches don't ride, bitch.